UCentral, Oklahoma. This is UCentral News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm CJ Craig.
And I'm Miracle Garrett. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
Congress has 3 days left to pass a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown. The new House Speaker has a plan to do just that, but he might need bipartisan support for it, as Amy Kiley reports.
Time is running out for Congress to avoid a government shutdown this weekend. Today is the first time the House is able to vote on Speaker Mike Johnson's two-step funding plan, but
right now, I oppose this measure. I think it's a mistake. I don't support the rule advancing it.
a handful of Johnson's fellow Republicans are poised to block it. If it can't even clear a procedural vote, Johnson might need support from Democrats. That's what cost former Speaker Kevin McCarthy the gavel.
Not commenting on it yet. We're working with everybody.
Representative Jim McGovern is the top Democrat on the Rules Committee. He says he thinks Johnson will bring the bill under suspension of the rules. That means it could skip the procedural vote, but it would need a 2/3 majority to pass.
For now, I am pleased that Speaker Johnson seems to be moving in our direction.
A source with knowledge of the matter says Johnson thinks he has bipartisan support from top congressional leaders.
House Republicans have produced a responsible measure that will keep the lights on.
Of course, the bill also needs support from President Joe Biden. Despite initial criticism, he's now signaling he might be willing to sign it.
We'll see what happens.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
There's new optimism about the fate of U.S. hostages being held by Hamas militants. President Joe Biden says a deal to free the hostages held is, quote, going to happen. He was asked about it by reporters today at the White House.
What are the Mr. President, can you address the hostages directly and give them a message of hope and resilience in these troubling times?
Yes, I can. I've been talking with the people involved every single day. I believe it's going to happen, but I don't want to get into detail.
What's your message for the families?
Hang in there, we're coming.
Will you sign the CR?
Biden's comments come as a senior U.S. official said that Israel and Hamas are moving closer to a deal to secure the release of hostages in Gaza. And the temperatures outside is not looking like temperature November weather. It's feeling really, really nice.
You're right. It's feeling pretty warm out there, but I'm hearing that we could hear some colder weather coming in on the horizon. We'll toss it over to Jules Black to find out what it's going to be outside right now. Jules, what is it?
And yeah, it's getting a lot cooler than what we've seen. It's we'll definitely see some cooler temperatures later, but right now we're sitting at 69 degrees. It's sunny. We didn't see a lot of clouds outside. Our winds are running south 12 miles per hour, with those gusts reaching up to 21 miles per hour. So it's a bit windy out there. Don't walk out there and get knocked down. The humidity is 30%, and it feels a lot cooler than it is, or a little bit cooler than it is, 66 degrees. Not too bad out there. Later tonight, 46 is our low. It's mostly clear out there. We'll see just a little bit of clouds in the night. Our winds are going to lower south 7 miles per hour. That humidity staying the same, and our rain, we have no chances of rain as of right now. Later in the show, I'll give you your full forecast and your 7-day forecast. Just stay tuned for that, and we'll see what will look like in the future for our degrees and our temperatures and some chances of rain. We'll see later into the weekend. That's all I have for you right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jules. The 66th homicide in OKC happened late last week, according to police. 41-year-old Terrell Wallace was taken into custody by OKC police for domestic assault with a deadly weapon. The incident happened Thursday after police arrived to his home where his wife Kayla Wallace had been shot. He was also arrested on charges of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possessing a firearm while under the influence. The investigation is still in the early stages.
And for the third consecutive year, UCO has ranked among the top 100 institutions in the nation for providing quality accredited online degree programs. UCO improved significantly compared to prior year's rankings, moving up 40 spots to the number 82 on Newsweek's America's Top Online Colleges list. Additionally, UCO was one of only 2 institutions in Oklahoma to make the list.
And UCO is celebrating its 10-year anniversary of the Labyrinth on campus. UCentral's Gwyneth Duncan has more.
UCO is hosting its campus-wide Labyrinth Walk today to celebrate their 10-year anniversary. Today's theme is going to be gratitude, and if you can't make it today, I recommend going on December 5th for their other theme, which will be activism. The Labyrinth is located between the Y Chapel and Plunkett Park. For UCentral News, this is Gwyneth Duncan. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Gwyneth. And we were talking about it earlier, but it's starting to feel a lot warmer out there. Not typical fall temperatures.
Not typical at all. Stay tuned. Jules Black has your full forecast up next.
Happy birthday! Make a wish.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that. All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, UCO family, and isn't it a happy Tuesday? Let's look at those highs tomorrow across the state. Up in the Panhandle, Guyman, it's 70 for your high, but we are looking at those fogs, so if you're traveling up there, be careful when you're driving. Those fogs will come up later tonight going into the morning tomorrow. And also 72 in Woodward, but you're going to see those higher gusts of wind, so you're going to see those high winds and some of that fog coming down from the Panhandle. Across the state, though, we're looking at 70s and 71, just low 70s for your highs all across the state. So if you're traveling anywhere, just know that you're not going to see a lot of cooler temperatures, but just in those 70s. And you're going to see a lot of sun in the sky, not really a lot of clouds, but you'll definitely see some sun. So moving on to your 7-day forecast, Tuesday, like I said, 70 was our high today, 46 is our low tonight. Wednesday, 71, not much change, 48 for your low. But Thursday, we are definitely going to see those higher gusts of wind coming in, with those gusts reaching up to 24 miles per hour. 70 is your high and 50 is your low for that night. Friday, it's going to be 62, so a bit chillier than usual. 62, we're reaching those 60s. 38 for your low. Going into the weekend, 66, you'll see some clouds in the sky, so it'll be not as sunny as it usually is. 46 for your low. Sunday, 62 is your high. 40%, you're going to see those chances of rain, 40%, and 48 is your low Sunday night, and you'll see 40% chance of rain with a 56 your high on Monday. So that is your full 7-day forecast for right now. Just make sure you're checking for those high winds you'll see, but that is all I have for you. Stay tuned later in the show for your last look at weather, but that's all I have for you right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jules. And coming up, a major music festival is happening soon, and it's got a ton of big name artists.
Perla Tovar has your social media update right after this.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. We'll be diving into the world of social media. Set for March 15th through the 17th, the Rolling Loud Music Festival will return to Hollywood Park in California for 2024. The Hip Hop Festival has announced the lineup, and people are excited that Nicki Minaj, Post Malone, and Lil Uzi Vert will be headlining. Other artists including Bryson Tiller, Big Sean, and Suicide Boys have confirmed being there as well. Pre-sale will start this Thursday at 10 a.m. and tickets will go on sale for everyone this Friday, November 17th. And the party continues. Announced earlier today, the Trilogy Tour will be coming to the Oklahoma City Paycom Center on February 8th. As part of their North American tour, the three recording artists, Pitbull, Enrique Iglesias, Ricky Martin, have added 18 new shows. Music station KJ103 will be giving away free tickets soon, so you can find more information on their Facebook. And despite the beautiful wedding that Kim Kardashian officiated back in April, celebrity hairstylist Chris Appleton has filed for divorce from White Lotus and Euphoria actor Lucas Gage. The couple had been together for 6 months, but in the petition filed in Los Angeles yesterday, Appleton mentioned numerous differences as the reasons behind their split. As of now, the two haven't issued any statements on social media about their breakup. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Pearl. And Rolling Loud always seems to be one of the biggest festivals to go to, and they got a lot of headlining stars this year.
They have so many. I was seeing like all of the list of names, and out of the headliners, I think I might be most excited for Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is definitely one to be watching out for. Lil Uzi Vert as well. Tons of great names coming up for the Rolling Loud tournament, but
coming up in sports, UCO volleyball is climbing the rankings ahead of their first playoff match.
Also, the MLB has announced when the 2024 season will start. Who's going to be in the opening game? Mark Lowe is up next with sports. Don't go anywhere.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, sports fans. I'm Mark Lowe, and this is your Tuesday Sports Report. Starting us out today, basketball season is officially underway here at UCO for both men's and women's teams, but one team is starting the season with a bit of a struggle. Our Lady Broncos suffered a tough loss to start the season over in Tahlequah in the Central Regional Challenge. They dropped the season opener in a nail-biting 73-75 loss against Mary. They looked to turn things around the next day against Northwestern, and unfortunately for the Lady Broncos, that would not happen as they moved to 0-2 on the season after a loss to Northwestern Oklahoma State to wrap up the challenge. Lady Broncos will get another shot to find the win column when they hit the road this Friday to Lawton, Oklahoma to take on head coach Emma Andrews' former school, the Cameron Aggies. This game is set to tip off on Friday at 5:30 at the Aggie Gym in Lawton. Over on the other bench, our men's team is putting the roll in rolled shows. The men's team picked up right where they left off, taking down Mary in the Central Regional Challenge and continued the momentum the next day against Northwest Oklahoma State. The Broncos go undefeated in the Central Regional Challenge and continue their flawless season this coming weekend. The Broncos take on Southwestern Christian this Sunday at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. This is the home opener for the Broncos and the first of 4 straight home games. MIAA play will start 2 weeks from now on November 30th when the Broncos take on Central Missouri at home. Keeping on the court, our volleyball team wrapped up the regular season last weekend and in the process managed to climb up in the rankings before they head to the playoffs. The 16th ranked Broncos climbed one more spot to 15th overall after wins against Missouri Western and Northwest Missouri. Setter Lindsey Haran was also named MIAA Setter of the Week. The 5'8" sophomore from Colleyville, Texas averaged 11.5 assists this week with 92 total. She also had 23 digs, 4 kills, and 2 blocks. Lady Cho's fight to the playoffs this Thursday against Missouri Southern at the MIAA postseason tournament in St. Joseph, Missouri. The Lady Chos are 3 wins away from securing an MIAA championship, so every win counts from here on out. Onto the mat, the wrestling team will be back in action this weekend where they had 14 placers last year. The 3rd-ranked Chos are on the road to St. Charles, Missouri to take place in the Lindenwood Open. Last year, the Broncos had a great outing, as mentioned before, where we had 14 placers. The Broncos were led by Stud Morris, who is currently dealing with a knee injury, so we'll see which Broncos step up. The Chos' next home match is on December 10th against Newman for the 300th home duel. Now onto the baseball diamond. The MLB has announced when next season will start and who will be featured in the opening day game. The opening day game will feature the Chicago Cubs as they take on the reigning World Series champion Texas Rangers. The inaugural game of the 2024 season is set to take place on March 28th at the Rangers' home turf, Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas. Now, this game is still over 4 months away, but if you miss baseball like I do, this is the day to circle on your calendar. And finally today, the Thunder got a good win in Phoenix against Kevin Durant and company, and they look to make it 2 in a row tonight in the in-season tournament. The Thunder will take on the San Antonio Spurs tonight. This is the first regular season meeting between stars Chet Holmgren of the Thunder and Victor Wembanyama of the Spurs. They faced off once in the preseason, and we could tell just from that meeting that this game tonight was going to be something special. Miracle, CJ, what do we think about the Thunder tonight? You guys going to watch the game?
For sure, I'm definitely going to watch the game. It's a nationally broadcast game on TNT. A lot of eyes are going to be on the Thunder today. I think they have a really good shot. You know, San Antonio is going to be a very tough matchup with Wemby on the team. But I feel like Thunder have more depth. I feel like Dort's going to have a breakout game. I feel like J-Dub, J-Will, all of those guys are going to be showing why the Thunder are the next hottest team coming up in the league. And I think we have a very good chance of beating the Spurs tonight.
For sure. I remember I was saying earlier that I think the Thunder is really underrated right now. Since it's a lot of new players, I think that people are not giving them the credit that they deserve. I think it'll be a really great game.
Right. I think if we go throughout the season and we just let them develop, let them gel a little bit, get comfortable in that game, I think the Thunder have a really good shot at competing for the NBA Finals championship.
I agree. Stay tuned.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. The Consumer Product Safety Commission on Tuesday used dramatic demonstrations to warn of the pitfalls that can happen and can ruin a happy holiday. And the stunning statistics behind injuries related to holiday decorating, cooking, and toys. Karen Kafa is in Washington with the warnings every household should hear.
Dramatic demonstrations to underscore how the season of lights and wonder can bring household hazards. The Consumer Product Safety Commission releasing a new report about fires and injuries related to holiday decorating, cooking, and more.
How the unthinkable can happen in an instant. Fires involving Christmas trees and candles are far too frequent in this holiday season.
The CPSC says an average of 1,600 cooking fires take place on Thanksgiving Day, more than 3 times the daily average. CPSC says to stay close while food is on the stove or in the oven and place a turkey fryer far from the house, never on the porch or in the garage. The CPSC also reports nearly 15,000 people were treated in hospital emergency rooms last holiday season between November and January due to decorating-related injuries. More than 40% of those injuries involved falls. And a dry tree is a more flammable tree. A live Christmas tree needs plenty of water, and check for broken light bulbs and frayed wires regularly. When it comes to holiday toys,
When you're buying toys, making sure they're age appropriate, because we do see a lot of injuries associated with small parts for children.
CPSC did say their researchers observed a downward trend from 2015 to 2022 in toy-related injuries for children 14 years and younger. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And guitar players, here's your chance to show off. UCO instructor of guitar Michael Frozonk and the UCO Guitar Studio is hosting an open mic tonight for guitar players. The event will be in the music building from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. and is open to the public. Registration is online on the UCO website and is free to everyone. And we were talking about it earlier, but the wind's starting to die down. It's starting to be warmer outside. Starting to finally see those leaves turn into fall colors. It's very nice.
Finally, yes, we are experiencing true fall weather. Jules, what are our temperatures looking like?
Thank you, Miracle and CJ. And yeah, so starting with tomorrow's forecast, early in the morning, 7 a.m., it's going to be that cool 47 degrees, sunny. You'll definitely feel see no clouds in the sky. Sorry. Around noon, it's going to pick up those winds. 68 degrees though, but it is going to be windy with those gusts about 20 up to 25 miles per hour wind. And later in the evening, 7 p.m., clear skies, also 68 degrees for that high. And you'll see no clouds in the sky, but you'll have a wonderful time with those 68 degree weather. Wrapping up with our weather headlines here, we're going to see a sunny and cool week. So we're going to go ahead and see a lot of that. You don't have to wear a jacket or anything outside because you'll definitely see that sun, get that warmth, but it's also going to be cool enough to not be like sweating, you know? Those high winds on Thursday, though, be warned about those high winds reaching up to 25 miles per hour. Chances of rain and showers next week, Sunday and Monday. We saw those 40% chances of rain. A fun fact of the day is that some frogs actually get noisier before it rains. So definitely if you hear those frogs outside, you know the rain's coming, and you definitely feel that rainy air coming in also. Oklahoma gets like that. But that is all I have for you today for your weather looks. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jules. And right here on campus, it's the Central Pantry's 11th birthday week. And to celebrate, they are fundraising $5,000. The Central Pantry is a service that provides food supplies to UCO students, faculty, and staff free of cost. On Thursday, they will host a farmer's market at the Blue Tent. For more information about donating to the Central Pantry, you can go to the UCO website.
And UCO is also hosting an educational roundtable for students interested in pursuing careers in education. This event will be held in the Nye from 1 to 3 p.m. and it is a come and go event. You can get STLR credits if you bring your UCO ID, and the event is free. Representatives from Oklahoma's K-12 schools will be there to talk to students, and professional dress is highly encouraged.
And Asian longhorn ticks are spreading across the U.S. Researchers say the invasive species arrived in the Western Hemisphere around 2017, but they are now sounding the alarm after 3 cows in Ohio died from tens of thousands of bites. The invasive species has been spotted in several states across the country. Researchers say the ticks can reproduce in quality, hide in tall grass, and survive harsh conditions. It is still unclear whether they can pass diseases to humans, but they appear to be less attracted to the human skin. And, you know, growing up in Oklahoma, ticks are always an issue. Whenever it comes around to summertime, you're out there wallowing around in the tall grass, and you get home and you see a bunch of ticks on you.
That is crazy. Guys, make sure you stay protected. Fortunately, I haven't got any bites, so go out there, get that spray, stay protected, because that sounds like something I don't want to deal with.
No ticks for sure. Ticks are definitely one of the least appealing bugs to deal with, that is for sure.
Definitely.
However, that's all the time that we have for this edition of UCentral News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm CJ Craig.
And I'm Miracle Garrett. You guys have a great night.